When you're a fantasy legend, this shit comes naturally to you.
Well, no, go for it, man.
Team number 100 today.
Loser.
You're listening to a Young AG Instruments Unit.
All right. Well, I'm supposed to have more energy on the intro. Phil said that I sounded like a corpse, so I hope this is good enough for you, King. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'm just trying to give you some, what is it called?
Criticism?
Yeah, what did they call it in school?
Tough love?
Tough love.
I'll remember.
Constructive criticism.
There you go.
Okay.
Constructive criticism.
I'm here for you, buddy.
Point taken. So welcome to the Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room. We meet here every week, and we are gaining subscribers. It's kind of gotten a little bit out of hand lately.
I think that's a good problem to have.
It is, and we appreciate anybody, real or imagined, that has subscribed to us, because we'll take any takers here.
I mean,
Thank
it was bound to happen.
It's bound to happen, yeah.
A couple of funny, good-looking guys.
Yes.
And Phil,
Yes.
it's bound to happen.
I
chemistry.
think we're freaking hilarious.
So do I.
I mean, seriously. So
We're okay.
I did get some complaints about our staff draft.
I bet you did.
Yeah, I did. Well, I got one really positive. Somebody was super happy. Any guesses as to who that was?
Super happy. Anton.
Yeah, Antone right away watched it, texted me, said, first round. And I said, yeah, not even a choice.
He needs that validation.
Yeah. But I gave it to him yesterday. Stroked his ego a little bit, but absolutely. Then I got a couple other texts.
I can't imagine who would have been pissed off at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that went swimmingly.
Yeah, who do you think would have been pissed off first?
Sean.
No, Sean, strangely, was not first.
You didn't care?
Yeah, it was Zeppelin.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, he thinks he should be running the show.
He thought
He would kick us all off.
Yeah, he made an argument for first pick, which I said was ridiculous.
He's crazy.
Then he said he should have been at least top 3. And I said, I think 4 of 5 is respectable. He was 5th, right?
No, he was 6th.
Anyways.
Well, no, I mean,
yeah, they were both top 10 is what
he
what
was
I told
behind, everybody was. He was behind, Mark, who's on the show.
Yes.
2 family members.
Yes.
I'd say the one guy I might make an argument that he could have slotted in for was Larry King.
Yeah.
But
which
how?
I think was
Larry was instrumental. He is a cornerstone in this industry.
That's fair.
No, anyways.
But I don't know about this show.
If you guys haven't watched, it's one of the funnier shows. I would go back and watch our staff draft, and we won't ruin the surprise, but the other pissed person was finished in last place.
Oh, he did say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he hasn't. He's playing cool, but he read the message and hasn't responded yet.
The last pick. So Sean.
Yeah, he just said not to spoil it.
He's busy shuffling his papers on
You
the
don't
ground.
listen good over there, huh?
No, I thought he said Sean wasn't that pissed.
Well,
Oddly, Sean
he wasn't as pissed as Jared King.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's just it's a.
He's waiting to retort.
Yeah, he's.
We should have him on the show and give him a chance to do so.
Yeah, well, you'd have to get him on the show, so that's
Jesus.
That's going to be pretty tough.
All right, so let's
Yep.
talk about some
Yeah.
football, huh?
Yeah, what are we going to talk about today?
I don't know. I think we're calling it Next Man Up, right?
Next man up.
Yeah.
Next Man Up. We're going to cover
Let's do
the
it.
Good episode
I
because
think it's a good name too. I like that. I think we're gonna.
NFC East, and I think, if you've been playing fantasy for any number of years, you have a good idea of who the top dogs on each of these teams are. So what we're going to be doing is basically talking about those guys that are kind of on the bubble, on the fringe of not being fantasy relevant, but just being in that top tier guys that you're taking with confidence no matter what.
well, and here's the deal too. If we have to tell you who to take 1-1, you're an idiot, and we can't help
There you
you.
go.
I mean, like,
We can say that now because we have more subscribers.
we can't.
Stupid.
Yeah. But I mean, listen, there's a small select group that you're going to look at for first pick, first round. Even really the top 10, 15 players, yeah, we're going to disagree a little bit, but they're all in the same category.
Yeah.
Where you're going to win your league is the deeper you go, taking the chances with the most upside, taking the receiver that's your second receiver that breaks out, and that's what we're going to kind of really deal with a lot today.
Yeah.
So,
We're gonna mention the slam dunks, but then we're gonna tell you who that next guy up in that offense is that you might want to target.
yeah, and we're going to probably disagree because we disagree a lot on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right?
This is true.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with the Cowgirls.
Well, should we say too? This is a series, so we're going to do.
Yes, we should say
so
that.
we're going to do every division. Today it's NFC East. Next week AFC East, and then so on and so on.
Well, I think we're actually going to do the NFC East this week as well. I think we're going to do every week. We're going to do East, and 1 week we'll do the West, and then another week we'll do the North.
So we're doing 2 per show.
Well,
No,
two
no.
episodes.
2 episodes per week, Rock.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very big thing to tell them. Okay,
Yeah.
so starting this week, we're going to be dropping a
It's
second.
your idea.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me of
be-
what I came up with.
To be fair,
Uh-huh.
I'd been drinking.
Okay.
So,
What you have?
I had a Guinness.
Oh,
Remember?
nice.
Yeah.
So you're like hammered.
Yeah, I was hammered.
All right.
All right, so good point. So let's
Cowgirls.
talk about the Cowgirls.
All right.
Sean's favorite team.
Goes without saying that the Cowgirls suck. And, I mean, we have our Zeke Elliott, Dak Prescott, yada, yada. So I think where it really gets interesting, and we were all talking about it earlier, is you do have a third guy there that's pretty clear-cut. I just think the opinion is kind of split, I think, amongst fantasy players and probably amongst this table between Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb.
I think amongst Dak Prescott and whoever's calling the shots on that offense too. I mean, it's two guys that you could. I mean, you're going to get the ball in either one of their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our job is to tell you who we think they're going to get the ball to a little bit more often.
Okay, so who do we think?
Yeah, that's what I was asking you.
So, personally, if the reports are true that Cooper is still hobbled by this foot, and you watch Lamb's workout videos, I mean, this guy is impressive. Paired with what he did last season as a rookie, without his main quarterback, I'm starting to lean towards Lamb. I know the safe bet could be to fall back on Cooper because there's a larger sample size, but I mean, I really love Lamb's upside. I think if Dak comes back healthy, if Dak is a little bit mobile, I think Lamb has a better chance of working himself open, and I think that will probably warrant him a few more targets than Amari Cooper this year. I like CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, all right. How about you?
Yeah, so if I'm building a year-to-year league, I'd probably still go Cooper. I still trust him a little bit more. I still think he's going to get a higher target share, although I do think Lamb's ceiling is higher and he's a more explosive player, especially at this time in Cooper's career. I tend to play the game like that. I want to be a little bit more safe. I'll take Cooper and kind of the reliability of what he's done the past 5-6 years.
Yeah. Okay, and I think that the thought process is that Lamb more upside, younger, more explosive. The stats seem to not really bear that out, though. Like the average yards per catch, 12.1 for Cooper, 12.6 for Lamb.
Coming at me right now, bro?
No. I'm not. I think I would agree with you, actually, and I would disagree with Mark in that I think Cooper's just a safer bet this year.
I think like I said, I think he could be a safer bet, but I mean, you got to remember, that was Lamb's rookie year too.
Yeah. But similar production, even in a rookie year, there's no reason you can't go with Lamb. I just like the body of work of Cooper, and I don't think Cooper's not old. He's still a young receiver, 26, 27.
I think we're saying the same thing too. I think basically I think you could take Lamb, but when I play fantasy, most of the time I'm trying to play. I think you win in fantasy by playing odds. I think the odds are that Cooper is going to be better, but Lamb is probably close. Yeah. And I think if you take Lamb, you probably get him at a better spot. You would know better doing all these drafts. think you probably get better value for him if he emerges as that wide receiver 1. And then you probably, you're on your way to get into the playoffs and maybe helping you win a championship.
Is Lamb going before Cooper in most drafts you've done? You've done 100 now.
I'm up to 100.
Sad and pathetic, but
He is. He's starting to climb the board. I think we touched on it last week a little bit. I am starting to see Lamb go ahead of Cooper in some of these drafts. It's preference, and this just proves to the viewers that flip a coin. I mean, you're not going to go wrong with either.
Well, and that's it, because I think in a lot of wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Is that Ohio coming out?
I don't know. It's tiredness, but DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. There's a clear winner, clear loser.
Yeah.
This one, I wouldn't argue with you no matter who you chose. I think a Cooper may have more receptions, but I think Lamb may have more touchdowns.
Yeah.
Or more
yardage or something. Yeah.
And I want to point out one other thing too, and it kind of depends on the league, right? That you're drafting them in. So if you're going dynasty, you're probably going Lamb. You're going the younger guy, right?
Yeah.
But if you're doing a redraft league, depending on whether or not it's you're controlling the lineup, if it's managed or if it's best ball, and depending on what your other wide receivers look like, right? Yeah. So if you have best ball, if Cooper is going to be one of your main first 2 wide receivers, you probably are a little bit safer going Cooper than Lamb. But if you've already got a stable wide receivers and now you can back it up with Lamb, who could be explosive, like we've talked about in the past, that's worth a roll of the dice to me. He's
agree.
my 4th receiver.
All right, so then we'll move on. The other 2 guys we want to talk about are Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, and this one I think it's a really interesting competition because, I was doing a little bit of research. Schultz had a lot better year than I thought.
Yeah.
He had 63 receptions, 600 yards, almost a 10-yard average, 4 touchdowns. He's not Kelsey, but that's pretty good return for a receiver you probably didn't draft and picked up off the waiver wire.
Yeah.
So Jarwin was everybody's hot pick the year before. So what do you guys think?
I think that I'm not really targeting either one of these guys until I have to. And it's kind of because of that uncertainty. You seen what Schultz did last year. Jarwin had the job. Does he get the number 1 role back?
Right.
Did they kind of rub off on take away from each other where neither one of them is really
kind of like how you guys rub off on one another.
Yeah.
So they rub off on each other?
I mean, listen, when you're around the guy enough.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think, they might just wind up hurting each other. And I don't know. It's just something, it's a little too messy for me, especially none of these guys have ever been like a top 5 tight end where it's worth taking the risk like it would be like with a Kittle, not really know what's going to happen. I would still take him high. These guys, I mean, I guess if I had to take one, I would still side with Jarwin just because he had won the job.
Yeah.
And go with that.
Yeah, I think I'm in your boat too. I mean, aside from not really caring between those two because I'm not targeting them at all, I think you go with the guy who and Jarwin was a hot sleeper pick prior to getting injured. A lot of people thought that he was going to have a big year.
Yeah,
he's a more explosive tight end. He's
Yeah.
a little bit faster, a little bit, I think, bigger, a little bit. I just
and
think
we like
overall.
explosive.
Yeah.
We like bigger.
Some of us do.
Who doesn't?
Also, does Dak throw to his tight ends enough? I mean, I'm not sure. And it's going to be a different system this year than it was with Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't go to the tight ends as often.
What are we saying? Like a coin flip on these guys, you think?
This is another coin flip, yeah. I mean, this is...
I would go Jarwin.
So we're giving you no definitive answers.
Well, no, I'm
I would
definitively going Lamb.
I would
Yeah.
go Jarwin
Yeah.
before I would go.
So we agree Jarwin.
Oh, yeah. I
It's
think
still,
Jarwin.
we're just hedging our bets. All right.
Okay, so take us into the Philadelphia.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles.
Somebody's got to be right on the show,
Yeah,
right? We have to
somebody,
make sure that
So the
someone's gonna
Eagles,
get
I
it.
think,
How do you feel about the Eagles as a team?
I just hate them.
Yeah.
I don't even
I
have
hate
words.
the fan.
It's just
Oh,
the
you know
sound.
what? The fan base, I hate them for the most part. I mean, classless people.
We've
right?
gotten some love from the Philly fan base.
He's okay, but I mean,
Yeah.
he is what he is. He has to be with his family.
I've got
and
some
they're
stories
trashy.
going to Philly games. Like, it's ridiculous.
But in those stories, how many beers in are you before the trouble starts? Because
No.
my expectation
Listen,
is
we know Mark could put him down.
you had
he could
6
pick him up and he could
Fosters,
put him down.
6 Fosters walking into the game.
No, we're
and then
talking.
you went to Natty Light.
He's carrying barrels of Fosters like he's
We're-
Donkey Kong.
We're talking going straight into a game, not even pregame, and it's the wife and I. She's
Yeah.
wearing her Eagles jersey. I'm
Also,
wearing my
she's an Eagles fan.
yeah.
I'm sorry about this, Tara. But wow.
I've converted her. Actually, she's now a Bears fan since she married.
That's not any better. Let me start by saying that.
It's a little bit better.
It's like you're jumping up to reach bottom. It's not. It's not
fair.
Not a positive.
And the fact that she changed,
Yeah, it's
shows.
it shows that she never really was a Philly an
weak
Eagles
char-
fan.
weak
No, she
character.
was.
She's
but
from
it's-
New Jersey.
It's called compromise. It's what you have to do in marriage with the compromise.
You wouldn't compromise
Yeah,
that.
but you.
Well, no, because I'm the football fan.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's a little less.
I mean, I watched The Notebook and shit, and like The Bachelorette. Like I've compromised.
I just want to say something. I think Mark's a little bit of a turncoat, anyways. Like you grew up with the Giants. You like the. I'm a Browns fan. Good or bad?
Yeah,
Browns
the
fan.
we don't
fact that
have
he's a
any.
Bears fan
We don't
is-
have anything in South Jersey. That's not
You have the
Philly.
Eagles.
No bullshit, man. Them people. You just said what a classless fan base. Now imagine them coming to your shore every
understand.
summer.
I understand.
Destroying your
But you
beaches.
could've-
Wait.
could've
and
picked the
making,
Giants.
making
But
your
you're
commute,
in New Jersey. The
making-
Giants are in New Jersey.
Hang on, making your commute 2 hours long to a beach that's 10 minutes away.
You jumped all the way to Illinois, guy.
Yeah, you did. You
let's
did.
pump the
did.
brakes.
Yeah, you should have jumped to like
But-
a California team.
No, dude, Sir Walter Payton. I already told you
The
this
fact that he
story.
said he's in New South Jersey, they don't have anybody. The Giants are in New Jersey.
They call themselves New York.
That's
So
fair.
All right,
they've
and
already,
the Bears
they've already
call
got an,
themselves Chicago.
They've already got an identity.
They're in
crisis.
Chicago.
I don't like that.
That's fair.
So
even,
anyway.
even the Giants know how terrible Jersey is.
Let me
'cause
get
they
back to
chose
this.
New York. I'm just saying.
Let me get back
Take
to
it
this
easy,
beautiful
okay?
story to paint the picture of how good the Eagles fans are.
jeez.
So it's a Monday night football game. Bears,
make this quick, please.
Bears, Eagles. The wife's wearing an Eagles jersey. The legend is wearing his Walter Payton jersey.
Who are you
right?
talking yourself?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
So we go into this game. No beers, no drinks as of yet, right?
that's a lie.
First line.
I was
The fact that you said that makes
Awkward.
No.
now I'm there. I'm not there with a bunch of my boys talking shit. It's me and my wife watching a game, right? We're up in the nosebleeds because we scored these tickets pretty last minute, right? I was called a sea sucker so many times that night. You would have thought that there was.
So they knew you.
You would have thought that there was video evidence somewhere online
Might
that
be.
it was the truth. Like, no joke. We started counting. That was like the word du jour of the night.
Yeah.
It was like 70 sometimes.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point. So
Let's talk about
fan
Philadelphia.
base.
Philadelphia, obviously the guy I think we're all super confident in is Miles Sanders, right? And I think from there on out, I mean, I guess we could throw in the tight end there, but it's
Yeah.
really it's a mess in Philly.
I'm a little bit higher on Goddard at the tight end position than I am Sanders at the running back position, only because I'm not sure what we're going to get. He
Well,
seems
I
to
think
be.
you're just dumb for that opinion, but
Well, no, I mean he's Glass Sanders, man. He's
come on.
he's injury prone.
Didn't this guy just miss time last year?
Who?
Goddard.
Yeah.
Goddard missed
missed
a little
it.
bit of
Yeah, he
time.
missed a
Yeah,
little
that was
bit.
What are we talking about?
That was the first time that he missed time, though. Sanders missed it every year, just about.
Yeah. I actually
I
tend
still
to agree.
take injured Sanders over.
I don't think Sanders is a slam dunk.
Oh,
I do think Goddard is a top 6 tight end.
I
Put
have
this
been
on the board.
What I will say is I've been getting Miles Sanders as my RB3, and that I do love. I'm not taking him as my RB1, but if I get Miles Sanders as my RB3, I'll take it all day long.
I'd
Okay.
take him as RB2, but yeah.
So the players, though, that we're going to talk about is this wide receiver core, and who are we thinking? And I mean,
True.
there's a lot out there, but really the two are you going
Rager.
Rager, or are we going to take a pick with Devontae
He's
Smith?
done some Ragers, though.
Yeah, we all have.
For sure. Oh, shit. That's that Coca-Cola.
All right, so what do you guys think? Are you guys going Rager?
Rager.
It's it's Ragers with an
Rager.
S.
Rager. Jalen Ragers.
Jalen.
Jalen
Are we going
Sragers.
Oh, here's the wife calling me. Sorry, guys.
Sebastian? No, okay. Are we going Jalen, or are we going to go Devontae?
I'm going Devontae.
Okay.
I like how dynamic he was in college. I want to see if that transitions. He's got a smaller frame, but I think he's explosive.
That's what he likes.
I think if hell yeah, dude, smaller frame, explosive. I mean,
Yeah.
What do you think?
You like him? You like him?
I like him thick, big. I go Smith too, man. Listen, we seen Rager last year, and it's like,
What? Did we just become best friends?
maybe.
Well, we did, and it's a thruple. Thruple, best friend.
That's not a
Thruple.
thing.
Thruple because I'm going Smith too.
Are you sure it's
Yeah.
not a coupling?
It's a thrupling.
We seen Rager on the field.
Yeah.
It's unproven. Could he be great this year? He could be. But if I had to place a bet, I'm going to go with the Heisman Trophy. Is he Heisman? Did he win the
Yeah, he won the Heisman
Heisman Trophy winner. I don't watch a lot of college.
What about Arthega Whiteside? Is he still there?
He is.
He is there.
But he's got to show me.
Yeah,
something.
he's there.
He's in the conversation next year if he looks like a wide receiver this year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Listen to this. Devontae Smith, 117 receptions, 1,856 receiving yards,
Yeah.
15.9 yards per catch, 23 touchdowns. He ran 23 times and scored another touchdown.
Yeah.
Against the best, the SEC, they've got defenses.
It's NFL light.
Yeah, and it's unreal. Like, I don't even know why we're discussing this. This, to me, is
Because we have a show.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, all right. So
That's why. And we have more viewers, Rocky. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
we do have more viewers. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the Washington
Football team.
football team. I was going to say it.
What are they going to be? Are they going to name themselves? Or
Soon,
is-
right? Isn't Snyder stepping down? I think he just gave up majority ownership.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
To his daughter.
Oh, well,
Oh, so-
not really.
Yeah, so not really.
Yeah,
Is
okay.
his daughter attractive?
I don't know, Rocky.
I don't think it matters. I'm just
I think it
curious.
does matter to you a little bit.
Well, because he's not attractive, and I'm just wondering.
Strange.
Yeah.
That was
Just strange things.
That's an awkward comment.
All right, so
Lie.
Washington. Yeah. We have so Washington, I think we could breeze through here. What do we have with Washington? We know we have your boy, Scary Terry, right?
Yeah. We know we got Gibson.
We know we got Gibson.
Right.
We'll throw in a little complimentary J.D. McKissick, who's a guy that's not going to factor into one of the top guys here, but he could be a real valuable guy in your flex position throughout the year. You can get those receptions. But the guys we're going to talk about are Curtis Samuel, their rookie, Dwame Brown, and Mr. Logan Thomas.
Dayami.
Dwame?
Dayami.
Diami. Look at you correcting me on a name.
Diami.
The hell's
Jesus.
Dude, it's Diami
Maybe
Browns.
he did step down. It might be snowing outside.
Diami Browns.
So listen, me personally,
Well, and we got Logan Logan.
I mentioned Logan.
Okay.
So after those two guys, I kind of know what you think already, Rocky. But
I wasn't paying attention. What two guys? Gibson and McLaurin.
yeah, Gibson and Scary Terry. Yeah, I mean, this is tough.
This is tough. Well, there's one definitive one I cut out.
Cut out
Yeah.
the rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you don't believe in him.
I don't know much
Nothing
about
else.
him.
It's the same thing. I mean, we made this argument against Lamb, and we have much more of a body of work for him.
Okay. So
I'd
you're
take
going to
Samuel,
trust
yeah.
Samuels. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really Samuel.
I mean,
Thomas.
I don't think you target Curtis Samuel. I don't think you go out and bring him in, give him a pretty hefty paycheck to not get the ball in his hands. I think they know what they're getting there in
Yeah.
a playmaker.
Well, they definitely do. I mean, this guy Ron Rivera drafted him.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
I still think I go Logan Thomas though.
I think I do too. I think he's going to get, aside from Scary Terry, I think he'll get the second helping of targets there. Mm-hmm. And I'm a believer in Logan Thomas. There's some skepticism online regarding, circling around Logan Thomas. Yeah. Can he keep producing like this? Was this, were these true numbers?
When you say online, are you talking about RT Sports or like online?
No. Like different chat community, like different fantasy football.
Yeah,
Not.
He's big in the chats.
Well, mostly RT Sports, they have only one topic they talk about. That's penises. I mean, like,
I wouldn't know.
In that text thread, it's a nonstop,
I mean, let's pull the curtain back a little bit.
Well, a lot of those guys aren't actually from RT Sports.
Mark is for sure a guy that surfs the.
So RT Sports is truly a legitimate, great organization.
Yeah.
They can't control who joins
No, they
some
can't.
of their leagues.
This is true.
Like Mark. Mark's one of them. So
Well, Mark, you found out about Mark is surfing the AOL chat room still, I think, right?
Okay.
These guys love my banter on here. P.S. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, echo chamber.
I think you have to go Samuels first.
Ahead of Logan.
Well, here's why. Logan had 120 plus targets last year, but it was built around an offense that had a quarterback that didn't want to break his leg again.
Shit quarterback. Let's just say shit quarterback play.
Well, I don't know about that, but he threw a lot to JD and he threw a lot to Logan to get it out of his hands so he didn't get hurt. I think Logan is going to have a great year for a tight end, but I think his target share is going to come back down to about 90 because I think Curtis Samuel is the real deal. And De'Ami Brown, 55 receptions, 1,100 yards, 20 yards per average, 8 touchdowns in 8 games. The guy's not a scrub.
Did he play in the SEC?
He played in the
ACC.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but the guy he's a burner with good hands.
But you're putting your money on him over Samuel.
No, I think
that's what we're talking about.
I think Samuels. I would go if you need a tight end. Go Thomas. You should feel secure. You've got a top 7 or 8.
Oh, who's that?
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing.
He has trouble with the sounds.
Cut that out.
Cut what out?
Anyways, I would go Samuels, De'Ami, unless you need a tight end. Then I think Thomas is going to be a top 8 tight end.
See, I'm not buying those stats, though, with De'Ami Brown.
No,
playing in
me
the ACC is like playing flag football compared to what some of these guys are doing in the SEC. Put him in the SEC and let's see how he does.
He had offers from every major college and stayed home.
Is he explosive? Yes. I mean, it looks like he is probably on tape, but
it's all about that explosion.
Yeah, you gotta be, dude.
All right. So anyway, we'll move on to the class of this division.
I'm buying my own soundboard,
and that is the New York Football Giants. Go ahead, let me hear it.
I didn't know
Just let it out, let it fly.
I almost screwed up and said America's team, and then I was like,
it should be, for Christ's sake. But
I mean,
we don't have to argue about the Giants. Listen, we all Browns, Bears, Giants. Okay.
When your nickname for your team, you have to clarify the fact that they play football. This bodes pretty poorly for your team. The New York Football Giants. I want to clarify for everybody that the New York Giants play football.
Do I need to give you a history lesson, or are you just making a stupid joke?
That is terrible.
Okay. So anyway, the Bears, are they staying at Soldier Field? Where are they going?
What are you talking about? Of course they are.
I heard that they're leaving Soldier Field.
Why?
I guess you don't keep up with your own team, huh?
I heard they're going to Memphis, actually.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, look at that. You see the look on his face, that truth bomb that just exploded?
No, nothing. I'm
serious.
I'm trying to figure out your joke.
It's not a joke. I'm serious.
They're not going anywhere.
Okay,
the McCuskies aren't taking that team anywhere.
The McCuskies. Wow.
Yeah. Get the hell out of here.
All right. New York Football Giants.
So what's the battle?
New Jersey Football Giants.
I wish they should be.
You got Saquon, he's going.
Yeah.
You got Galladay, who I'm really high on. Mark, fairly, but not undecided. How embarrassing.
I'm sorry, man.
You're
you know what? I got to turn off notifications. You know what? This is it. We're busy guys. Okay.
Can your wife respect?
That's
the
not
fact
my wife.
you're
That's
on
an email. Okay?
This is freaking amateur hour, guys. Get your shit together.
You got a Viagra ad, and we got to hear it.
Wow, Viagra. Cialis is the way to go, guys.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, what is this? 1996. Anyway, so the Giants, you got Barkley, you got Galladay that he's a little iffy on, but I still think they're the fine.
Yeah, they're the first 2 off the board.
You're going to take these guys
for sure. I mean, Galladay comes back healthy, man. I'm excited to see what he can do there.
I think that really is the only question with him.
Well, and to me, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Daniel Jones, but I think he's a really good, a competent quarterback.
I'm on the other side. I love Daniel Jones.
So
I think you give him a chance. I think.
Well, and that may be the case, but I think in particular, the type of ball he throws, it works well if Galladay's healthy. Because he is pretty accurate.
He is pretty accurate, especially downfield.
He's a tall guy throwing to another tall guy. He can get it into a tight window. I think they could have some magic at their health.
That's fair, but we're not talking about Galladay. We're trying to give these people know that, or well, maybe they don't. But I think everybody knows Galladay, and he'll be attractive to people.
So we're talking
about Shepard, who's been there going on 5 years. He's the longest tenured guy there. He's been pretty solid, banged up the last few years, like 4 games a season. The rookie Kadarius Toney and Slayton, who's a third-year player, who showed a lot of upside, flashed a bit. I guess I'll start it off since I know the team so well. If I'm going, if I want consistency, I'm definitely going to go with Shep. I feel like he's the Safest bet as far as production goes, even though he may get hurt. Tony is a complete wild card. And Slayton's a guy that, last year I bet big on him, but the offense sputtered. Daniel Jones got hurt, but he still was productive. So I'm just talking in circles here. I'm sorry, because it's just
It's a tough
it's hard.
choice 'cause
Yeah, I
you-
mean,
you have a bit of an emotional attachment.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think Slayton's great for best ball leagues. I think the safest bet is Shepard, though.
Shepard had what was it, like how many games in a row with
Get
at
this
least
guy
6
Kleenex.
receptions?
Yeah,
He's a consistent. He's solid.
You know what the floor is, not
His floor,
super high.
that's
ceiling,
right.
Yeah.
He might get lucky and get a touchdown here, there. Last
Reminds me
year,
of Jarvis Landry, honestly.
yeah. But I think he gets a little bit less action than Jarvis.
Probably.
But he's going to normally come up with 6 receptions, 50, 70 yards.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Mark, how about you?
So when I'm looking at this group of guys right here,
First of all, you're not happy looking at this group of guys.
no,
And that's surprising because he usually is happy looking at a group of guys for whatever reason.
Not that there's anything wrong with
and
it.
not to slight the Giants, because like I said, I do like Daniel Jones. I do like a healthy Kenny Galladay.
I would like
I'm
Daniel
high on
Jones a
Barkley.
lot more if it wasn't on Phil's team. I feel like I
Yeah.
have to like him less
Because of that,
because he's always talking crap about the Browns.
I don't talk crap about the Browns.
Kind of.
a little bit.
Not really.
But all right, so if I'm looking at this group of guys, my mind immediately goes to best ball, right? That's where I'm targeting these guys, is in best ball. And I will say that up until the NFL draft, one of the guys that I was getting in the very last rounds was Darius Slayton, and I was eating it up. I'm like, oh my God, how can nobody see the fact that this guy is going to be a wide receiver 3 behind the explosive Kenny Galladay, behind Shep, who's been there forever, and Slayton's going to get one-on-one matchups that he's just going to tear up. And I was eating it up. Then the NFL draft comes along, and here comes Kadarius Toney. You don't take a playmaker of that magnitude with the 20th overall selection without intentions on getting the ball in his hands. So all of a sudden, that popped my Slayton balloon, and then I started working Toney in here and there.
Wow.
Where did you keep your Slayton balloon?
My
I don't know what that is, but it's a scary sounding.
And did you?
Slayton.
Yeah.
Is it in your bedroom?
I was high on him. I was
Is it-
holding the string. I was high on Slayton, and someone popped my balloon.
Then he
Is
worked
it-
Tony in.
Is it in your end table nightstand at your bed while your wife's got her noise canceling?
I don't know where this is going.
What do
I
you
don't know
do?
either. It just sounds
What do you
weird.
do?
I'm
with your
waiting to hear the end of
Slayton
this.
balloon.
Pops.
I'm popping
Well,
it.
then he works Tony in.
Yeah. So then I'm blowing Tony's balloon up.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll let you finish your statement. Let's put our Slayton balloon to the side.
Yes.
Let's blow up our Tony balloon.
So who you going with?
So, all right. I'm not a fan of Ingram, right? I think there's a reason why they bring in Kyle Rudolph, and I think it's because of Ingram's questionable hands, especially around the goal line, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm not high on Ingram. Will I take him as my tight end 2, tight end 3? Yeah, maybe. But out of these guys, I'm now going Kadarius Toney strictly in best ball leagues because I think the upside is there where he could end up putting up some like real scorcher games.
All
Where
right.
they're game planning around Toney. They're like, let's just get him the ball 4 or 5 times. Let's see what can happen. And
That's
it's going to
best
break
ball.
him.
We're saying who's the third guy on the Giants that's fantasy relevant to you?
Oh, I don't give a shit. I'm just saying
All right,
in best ball.
we're playing. I mean, we're doing a show here.
Kadarius Toney for that reason, right? Because
So
we're
you're saying-
relating it to fantasy football. So I mean, I
I'm
would
saying
say
take best ball out because, yeah, that's a fact. I mean, I mentioned it because people play, but we're just talking about a straight redraft league.
I think
Who's your third? Who's the guy that you could slide in your flex? If you're saying that you would take Tony, how can you shake your head and not be able to take one of these other guys? Tony's the one that hasn't played it down yet.
no, but he's in best ball. He's going to provide you the biggest upside because
I don't know if that's true.
No,
let
but-
me end this.
for risk because if they're going to get him the ball, they're getting him the ball to try to be explosive. So in a best ball, you can't go wrong there. He scores 0, you don't
Yeah.
give a shit because he's your
I
wide
know, but
receiver
that's
6.
not what we're talking about, Mark. For
Dude,
Christ's sake.
I'm relating to what you just said.
But I think it is like relevant because I think what
I think
Mark
it's relevant too, but
Here's the thing.
I know, you're just giving me shit.
If I'm getting Slayton, if I'm getting Shepard, I'm not excited about either one of them.
no.
I'm going Toney for pure upside.
Yeah.
SEC receiver, right? 70 receptions, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, 6'1", 195 pounds, 4.3 speed. And it's a different kind of route running that he did than Slayton. Slayton is 6'1", 190, quick. They're similar receivers, except Slayton is a pure forward, straight. He cuts okay, but he does not cut like Tony. Tony,
no, he's definitely a downfield receiver.
Yeah, Tony's an interesting receiver because I think he can get volume in the slot and make something happen, and can also line up outside. And he's proven he can beat SEC speed. I don't know that he's going to be playing against better players in the NFC East.
Teams are going to have to respect his talent level, honestly, because he's either going to he can flat out burn you, or he can stick his foot in the ground, come back, take a wide receiver screen, pick up some blocking, and get downfield. That's why he's intriguing to me.
Tony is higher to me than many rookie wide receivers. Like I would honestly, right now, he's my third rookie wide receiver off the board.
Behind Jamar Chase.
And behind Devontae Smith, who I'm a big believer in for volume.
So you like him better than Jalen Waddle?
Yes. We'll talk about Waddle in the next episode. But yes, I think Tony might just be a special receiver. I think
only
Giants
retort,
saw something.
Only retort I have to that, and I agree with you, a lot of that, is just the same thing that we talked about when we reacted to the draft. Where is he going to play? You have... Basically, you're 1 and 2. For him to have consistent playing time, it's going to be gadget plays, or he has to
beat Shepard.
He's got to be one of those guys. I think he's not beating Shepard. I don't think he is. Maybe they transition because Shep's on the end of a contract. We don't know. I'll just say for Slayton, 2 years, 100 receptions, 11 touchdowns. That's not bad, especially when you missed your quarterback for half of your second year. I don't know. It's more of a toss-up for me. And if I'm playing this the way I played every other one, to me, it would be safer to go with either of the other guys and wait to see how Tony works out.
Here's what I think. I think, unfortunately, and I don't think this is fair, and I don't think it's earned, but I think Shepard is going to take a back seat. I think they're going to use Slayton as their outside guy. Galladay is going to be another guy that can stretch but can also go over the middle. I think they're going to put Tony in that slot, and I think he's going to excel because I think he's going to get volume, and I think he's got those, video game cuts. Like he's a
joystick.
Yeah. So I think it's nothing against Shepard. They just are not going to be able to justify putting him on the field when he's leaving next year.
Yeah, that makes
honestly, sense. Slayton and Shepard, man, they're just a product of some misfortune. You bring in Galladay, so obviously Galladay is instantly your read one, right?
Yeah.
He's your read one. Then you bring in a playmaker from the SEC with tangible skills like that. Yeah. If you're Slayton and Shepard, you're like, shit, man. Yeah. Where am I factoring in?
One of them is the odd man out,
and it's probably Shepard.
Yeah, right. I mean, you have to because Slayton's only 24. Yeah, the book isn't written, and you owe it to him to throw him out there wide and see what he can do.
Well, Slayton still, I think, is more of a threat downfield. I mean, Shepard is
Deshaun
solid.
Jackson to me. He's a similar receiver. He's bigger.
I'd say he's a little less explosive.
Yeah,
and a little more reliable.
See, and I think they kind of get him the ball like Tampa gets Mike Evans the ball, right? They kind of throw it up to him. They're like, Mike, just run down.
Yeah, he's definitely a high pointer. He makes catches and try. Anyway, we're going on way too long about the Giants. So, yeah, I think we were kind of all split on that. Hopefully.
I think starting a conversation at all about the Giants was going too long.
Be the same thing with the Bears, right?
Yeah, there's playmakers in Chicago.
Okay.
Wait, did we side bet yet? We got to start writing these side bets down.
We have them somewhere, I think. But let's, I think we're done with this episode.
No, our viewers want to see you pony up for Chicago beating the Giants this year overall record.
Okay.
You in?
Yeah. Yeah, that's easy. I'll bet anything you want. All right.
Easy.
So,
get out of here.
Can I sign us off, please? Jesus, this guy. He can't talk even when the outro music's on. So you can find us on Instagram, find us on YouTube, Ultimate Fantasy Locker Room. We're also on Facebook, and we are on TikTok.
Yeah,
we got to get back on our TikTok videos. Yeah. We haven't done any in a while.
Like and subscribe us.
Like and subscribe. We're growing.
Do. Yeah,
we're liking it. Keep watching it. You comment under the videos. That'd be great.
We're exploding.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you. See you later.